Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 3 of Pedalboard SOS. Quick recap for you then. In the first episode, I showed you the state of Steve's pedalboard up here. Bit of a mess, bit of a disaster. And then in the second episode, we cleaned up all those pedals. We had a bit of a look at what we were going to keep, what we were going to sell. And then I listed them all on eBay and we even sold a couple. If you want to catch up on any of those episodes, I'll link to the playlist up here. Before we go any further, if you are enjoying the content, then please do consider subscribing and please like the video. It really helps the channel out. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So let's talk about the results of the sales a little bit then. I'll put a breakdown of everything that was sold, the fees, the postage, all of that in a screenshot up here. But the total that we were left with was just over £712, which was really quite a good result, I think. All but one of the pedals we listed ended up selling. The one that didn't sell was the Boss DD2 digital delay, and in the end we decided to keep that anyway because Steve was having second thoughts about selling that one. He'd spent quite a lot of time researching and decided that he would rather keep that one, so we're going to put that on the board. The other pedals that we're keeping, we've got the Super Overdrive, the Super Octave, the Blues Driver, the TU2, the Behringer Fuzz, which we probably will replace at some point, and the Proco Wrap, and you can see them behind me right now. So we have made a couple of purchases and we've got a little bit of unboxing to do, although this one's a bit of a cheat. I have already opened it. This was a eBay purchase, so I wanted to just make sure it was alright. But this is the compressor, the Xotic Effects SP Compressor that I use on my board currently, and Steve really likes this. The main reason we like this pedal is the blend control, so you can really dial in how much compression you want in your signal. The other thing that has arrived is the pedal board, so I'm going to do a makeshift unboxing which will probably be a disaster and may or may not end up in the final edit, but here we go. So this is a Fender Pedalboard, and we chose it because I use it already and I really like it. The main reason I really like this board is the way you mount the power supply underneath, and I'll show you that in a minute. Hopefully I'm not blocking everything out. So let's get the box out of the way. You get a nice gig bag with it. The only thing I'd say, I'll wait till you can actually hear me. The only thing I'd say is that once you get a bit of weight on these pedal boards, these gig bags tend to go a little bit out of shape. They do make a hard case for these, a tweed one, but they're pretty expensive. And so if you're not gigging with it, I wouldn't worry about it too much. You get all the stuff you would expect. You get your Velcro, you get cable ties and the little tie downs that go under the board. It's really good. Let's get the actual board out. It's got, can't really see it. It's got these pretty handy tie downs. And we'll get the board out. Get the bag out of the way. And there it is. So I really like this because you get this pretty awesome pedal board power supply mount. You just unscrew it under here and it's like a clamp. So it's designed for the Fender power supplies, but you can fit like loads of different types of power supplies on them. So yeah, they're really good. I really like the way that works. And then also, if you use the Fender power supply, if you mount it in there, your kettle lead jack thing will be in the right position for just plugging it in. It's also got these chassis mount jack placement things. They're good for using like in and out for your pedal board, so you're not plugging directly into pedals. You plug into the jack here. We've got 4 of those on the way because we're going to do an in and out and an effects loop. But yeah, pedalboard is really nice. I think he's going to be really happy with that. And then this isn't really an unboxing, but it's just to show you the cables we've gone for. Again, I've used these and I was pretty happy with how they work. It's just the Boss solderless cable kit, really easy to use, and it's good for doing the long runs. So yeah, we've got some stuff arriving already. So along with the cables, the pedal board itself, and the compressor, we've also bought Fender power supply, the level 12 engine room one. Again, it's going to power everything on this board, including the HX Stomp XL. Speaking of the HX Stomp XL, we've got one of those on the way. We've also got those chassis mount jacks I mentioned on their way. And we had about 40 quid left over after that, and we weren't super sure what to spend that on, to be honest. I just did a little bit of looking around on Reverb and eBay and what have you. And we found a Spark, a TC Electronics Spark Mini booster pedal, which I thought might be cool to put on a board just to kind of push some of those drives or use as the solo boost at the end of his drive chain. We'll do a bit of experimenting with that anyway. We've bought everything we need now to start building. We just need to wait for a couple of those last bits to arrive and we can get going. So I'll put a little chart up here which just shows you a breakdown of what we've spent so far on this project. And the total that we spent on new things was £1,053.43. But the cost to Steve after all the sales of everything is actually only £340.96. So really not too bad of an outlay. Pedalboards can cost a lot of money, right, to put together. But the way we've done it, it's made it a little bit more affordable. He had all those pedals for years. Some of them had gone up in value. Some of them had just retained their value. But, you know, not bad, I don't think. Bit of a result. So in the next episode, we're going to do the final layout. We're going to look at the signal path and we'll put some diagrams up so you can see what the signal path's going to be and start building it, right? I'll try and document as much of the building process as possible. I won't show you it in real time. That's boring as hell to watch. So we'll just do a bit of a speed up montage type video of the build. And then once it's built, we'll probably save this for another episode, but we'll do some sounds and testing and what have you, and take it round to Steve's and let him have a go on it and just, you know, get his impressions and get some sounds going in his setup and see how it goes. Do make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video in the series. And thanks again for watching and making it all the way to the end. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.